In this video, I'm discussing another question paper, that is KSET 2017, a question paper that is Life Science 2018, sorry 2017. They read out the first question. The process by which reproductive isolation occur among groups of individuals within a continuous inbreeding population is called as. Here they are asking regarding reproductive isolation will be seen in which groups. That is, in case of the sympatric speciation, where we usually come across this reproductive isolation. So A is the right answer. Then next question. In which of the following techniques there is no electrophoretic step? So that is, they are talking regarding electrophoresis. So electrophoresis will be observed in western blot, southern blot and northern blot, where with the help of electrophoresis, in case of western blot they will separate the proteins. In northern blot they will separate RNA. In southern blot they will do the separation of the DNA. So in case of dot blot there is no electrophoresis step. So A is the right answer. Then next one. Bicoid mRNA is localized in the dash region of Drosophila egg. In case of Drosophila, we majorly see three fundamental genes, that is maternal effect genes, segmentation genes and homeotic genes. Here, this maternal effect genes where bicoid and hunchback, nanos and caudal webs will be observed. This bicoid will decide the head region, whereas hunchback will decide the thorax part of the Drosophila. Then nanos and caudal, they will decide the posterior part. So here they are asking regarding the bicoid mRNA. This bicoid mRNA, it is responsible for the anterior region of the Drosophila egg. So third, A is the right answer. Then fourth one. Which of the following is an example of mobile genetic elements in humans? That is, the mobile genetic elements in case of the humans will be, that is the lines. Lines is the answer for this question, where these mobile genetic elements, where the genetic material that can move around in a particular genome, that will be considered as a mobile genetic elements. Here the lines lines is the correct answer, and it is considered as a mobile genetic element. So this mobile genetic element will jump around the human DNA, and they will be called as a mobile pieces of a DNA, mobile pieces of a DNA. So answer for this one will be C, that is lines. Then fifth question. The requirement of long day length or low temperature treatments for flowering can be sustained by. So this long day length or low temperature treatment for flowering plant can be substituted by a hormone, that is plant growth hormone, that is gibberellins. So these gibberellins will be treated to plant, then this particular requirement, that is long day length, can be achieved. So A is the right answer, where this growth hormone, it will stimulate this gibberellin, it will stimulate the cell elongation. This particular gibberellin hormone, it will elongate the cell, and also it will do another functions like stem elongation, germination, fruit ripening, etc. Fruit ripening, etc. are done through this plant growth hormone, that is gibberellin, and also it will do the another function, that is long day length can be achieved in a plants. Then next one, why do fats give more energy than carbohydrates? Why? Because fats are more reduced than the carbohydrates. Because of that reason, fats will give more energy compared to that of the carbohydrates. Then read out the next question. Seventh one. Seventh one. Choose the right arrangement in the increasing order of energy. So that is, this is the right one. ERG, joules, and calorie, where calorie is higher than joules, joules is higher than the ERG. So C is the right answer for this question. Then eighth one, all are sequence alignment tools except. Here alignment tools are included, or it is this sequence alignment tools, they will take part, or these are the basic or important things in a bioinformatics, and these sequence of DNA, RNA, or protein, so that can be uh, identified through this bioinformatics, where the actual sequences can be identified, and the similarity between the sequences of a functional, structural, evolutionary, or the relationship between the genes, or the relationship between the DNA, RNA, protein sequences can be identified through this alignment tool. So here they are mainly emphasizing all our sequence alignment tools except that is rasmol. Here blast, fasta, and clustol w, these are all considered as a sequence alignment tool. Basic local alignment search tool, fasta, and clustol w. So A, it is not a sequence alignment tool. The ninth one, when you eat vegetables, you are a, so you are a primary consumer. Primary consumer. Then next question, the extraction of metals from ore bearing rocks is known as. So this process of extracting a metal ions, or the metals from the ore, is called as bioleaching. So this process of extracting will be called as what? Bioleaching. So this is extraction of metals, extraction of metals from ores through through the use of living organisms. So that is called as bio leaching. Here bio means living organism, leaching means extraction of a metal ions. So C is the right answer for this question. The next question, the membrane around the vacuole is the vacuole, and this membrane which is present, that will be called as tonoplast. Tonoplast is the membrane around the vacuole. And what is the function of this tonoplast in a vacuole? So this tonoplast, it will helps in the transport of some of the molecules, and also it will bring a acidic concentration through bringing a hydrogen plus, that is protons. So 11A is the right answer. Then 12th one, Passer domesticus Linnaeus 1758, where Linnaeus in parenthesis indicates that, here it will indicates genus of the species has been changed. Okay, so it is true. Then Linnaeus is the second authority. It is wrong. Linnaeus is the first authority. No, Linnaeus is not the authority. So Linnaeus is the first authority. It is true. It is not the authority. It is false. So 12D is the right answer. The next question. Leg hemoglobin in legume root nodules regulate. So here the leg hemoglobin in legume roots, they will regulate what? They will regulate the oxygen supply. They will do the function, that is oxygen supply. So A is the right answer for this question. Then here they have given one more thing here, a NIF genes. What about this NIF genes? These NIF genes, they will encode enzyme. They will encode enzymes which are involved in nitrogen fixation. So these are called as NIF genes. Here they are talking regarding the leg hemoglobin. This leg hemoglobin will help in the oxygen supply. The next question, 14th one 14th one, identify the correct statement with reference to apoptosis. Here apoptosis, it means the programmed cell death. They have given some points regarding the apoptosis. It does not lead to elimination of cells. No, it eliminates the cells. It is a process of programmed cell death that occurs in a multicellular organism. It is true. It is true. Then the process of apoptosis is not blocked in cancer cells. No, it is also included in a cancer cells. It occurs only in animal cell. No, in all living organisms. So B is the right answer for this question. A set of hormones produced by the pancreas is. So set of hormones produced by pancreas. So pancreas, it is one of the multicrine or the heterocrine gland where the exocrine part of the cell, acinine cells, which are present in the, this is a exocrine part of the pancreas, whereas this one is called as endocrine part. endocrine part. It is also called as islets of Langerhans, named after the scientist. In this islets of Langerhans, you'll come across alpha cells, beta cells, and gamma cells. Alpha cells, beta cells, and gamma cells, where alpha cell is responsible for the production of glucagon hormone, whereas beta cells will responsible for the production of insulin, and the gamma cell is responsible for the production of somatostatin. So the right answer for this question will be, that is, insulin and glucagon. These are the two different hormones produced by alpha cell and beta cell. So C is the right answer. The next question, sixth one, sorry, 16th one, identify the correct statement with reference to commensalism. What is this commensalism? Where the one is benefited from the other without affecting it. So 16 C is the right answer, where the one will be benefited from the other without harming it or without affecting it. So commensalism, where one is positive, another one is negative. Next, mutualism, where both benefited. Then parasitism, where one is benefited, one is harmed. Then next one, that is amensalism, one organism is unaffected, one organism is harmed. This is unaffected, this is harmed. So the right answer for this one, that is commensalism, one is benefited from the other without affecting it, and it will be denoted by this symbol, a positive and 0. So next one, 17, epinephrine is made from. So epinephrine, it is made from which molecule? So epinephrine, that is adrenaline, or we can call it as epinephrine. It is produced from adrenal medulla, and this adrenal medulla will synthesize two hormone, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. So this adrenal medulla are commonly called as emergency hormone, that is 3F hormone. 3F hormone, fight, flight, and fear hormone. These are called as 3F hormone, produced through these adrenaline or noradrenaline hormones, epinephrine or norepinephrine. And these epinephrine hormones are mainly formed by the amino acid, that is a tyrosine. So this tyrosine, it is a aromatic amino acid. It is one of the aromatic amino acid. From this aromatic amino acid, this particular epinephrine is formed. So 17 C is the right answer. Next question, 18th one. 18th one. Arrest of replication fork at a ter site requires the action of. Here, the replication fork or the replication process, it takes place during the S phase of the cell cycle. During the process of this replication, the replication fork will be observed where the DNA strands will get unwound through the enzyme that is helicase. This helicase will separate. Then the continuous strand and non-continuous or the discontinuous Okazaki fragments will get formed where this terasite require the action of that is a TUS protein. That is TUS protein. TUS means the terminus, terminus utilization substance. So in order to stop the replication, this TUS ter complex will get formed. TUS ter complex, this TUS ter complex will get formed. Then the replication will get stopped at the sites. So that is the chromosomal tersites. They will be oriented in the replication fork, and these oriented replication forks, they will exit through this TUS protein. So C is the right answer. Next one, that is heterosis. Is this heterosis, it is one of the superiority of hybrids over their parents. Heterosis, or we can call it as heterozygosis. Heterozygosis, where the progeny of the different or the diverse varieties of species will be obtained, or the species will exhibit a greater biomass, speed in the development than their parents. So D is the right answer. Then 20th question. The size of human mitochondrial DNA is. The size of the human mitochondrial DNA, that is 16 kb. That is 16 kb. It has 16,569 base pairs. And this 16 kb, they will code for around 13 to 14 proteins, where this smallest DNA will be seen in the mitochondria, where we will get this 16 kb DNA. So C is the right answer. And this DNA, it is isolated by the Frederick Mixture, and this structure or the X-ray diffraction was given by a scientist, that is Rosalind Franklin. So 21st question. 21. Which one of the following is dominated by evergreen trees? So in case of tropical rainforest, we will come across this evergreen trees. A is the right answer. Then 22. Which experiment proved that DNA strands are anti-parallel? That is 5 prime to 3 prime, 3 prime to 5 prime. So this anti-parallel nature of a DNA is proved through which experiment? That is a C, nearest neighbor basis frequency analysis, whereas here Michelson Michelson and Stahl experiment, where they used or where they grown E. coli in a medium, that is NH4Cl, with 15N nitrogen. Then Okazaki fragments, a discontinuous strand of a replication fork where you will get a Okazaki fragments, it is different. Then Hershey and Chase experiment, where they did a experiment and they come to the conclusion DNA is the genetic material. But here they are asking regarding the anti-parallelity, so it is shown by this nearest neighbor base frequency analysis experiment. So 22C is the right answer. Then 23rd, the sphere of relatively non-descript cell that result from rapid series of mitotic divisions of a zygote is called as. So repeated division of zygote result into the blastula. So C is the right answer. So here zygote, a cleavage, then result into blastula, gastrula, and neurula. So it is the right answer here. C is the right answer. Then 24th, toll-like receptors are involved in. Toll-like receptors are involved in damage-associated molecular pattern recognition. So D is the right answer for this question. Then next question. In Poisson's distribution, what is this Poisson's distribution? What it indicates here? In Poisson's distribution, where the mean is equal to variance, here a Poisson's equation, that is x equal to x so it is a formula of this one. So here mean of a Poisson's distribution, that is mu equal to lambda, and standard deviation of the particular Poisson's distribution, and variance, where the mean is equal to variance. C is the right answer. Then sites, next question, sites here the convention on international trade in endangered species of a wild fauna and flora. So CITES means a convention on international trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora. That is B is the right answer. B is the right answer. You have to expand the term, that is CITES. Then 27th question. Alpha fetoprotein AFP test in a pregnant woman helps in detecting dash in the child to be born. So this alpha fetoprotein test, AFP test. It will be done during 16 to 18 weeks, that is during the second trimester. So this test will be done to detect the defects, birth defects, such as neural related, neural related, might be regarding the Down's syndrome, Down syndrome, Down syndrome. So if abnormal AFF reading, then it can be aborted. So this AFP test will detect the neural tube defects, that is neural tube defect. Neural tube defect will be like Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, like such. So here the right answer will be the spina bifida, the spina bifida, because it is regarding the neural defects. Next, 28th question. A point mutation that results in the premature termination of translation of the corresponding mRNA is called as dash mutation. So that is nonsense mutation. That is nonsense mutation. Here the point mutation means a change, a sudden change in a single base pair or a single nucleotide base pair, that will be called as a point mutation. So D is the right answer. Next one, 29th question. 29th question. Electrochemical electrochemical biosensors are normally based on, these biosensors are basically, electrochemical biosensors are normally used to the analysis of enzymes or the enzymatic analysis. It is one of the enzymatic analysis. So 29D is the right answer. Next, 30th question. 30th question. Which respiratory pigment is blue when bound to oxygen and colorless with oxygen? That is hemocyanin. Cyanin means a copper, that is blue color. B is the right answer. Then 31. Which of the following is a product of aldolase reaction? That is glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So this will be seen during the glycolysis process. So C is the right answer. Then which of the following enzymes will carry abortive cycling? So that is RNA polymerase 2. These RNA polymerase 2 will be considered as a abortive cycling. Then the mosquitoes belonging to order, so that is Diphthera, a Drosophila mosquito, these will come under the order, that is Diphthera. Class Insecta, order Diphthera. Then 34. Identify the factor 3 involved in hemostasis, that is tissue thromboplastin. So this tissue thromboplastin is involved in a factor 3. There are 13 different blood clotting factors. Blood clotting factors. Here the factor 3 where you will come across this tissue thromboplastin. Then 35th, dash is a method of genetic analysis that can be used to estimate evolutionary rates and time scale using data from DNA or protein. So data from the DNA or protein, that will be done through this molecular clock. Then 36th question. Which of the following statement are true for insulin receptors? They are G protein coupled. Insulin receptor, they are not G protein coupled receptors. They share many features with IGF, one receptor. It is true. Insulin receptors has terkinase domain in its beta chain. It is also true. They exist as dimers. It is also true. So 2, 3, 4 is the right answer. Then 37th, total biomass of microorganisms will be determined by the nutrient that is present at lowest concentration relative to the organism's requirement. This is governed by Liebig's law. Then 38th one, the gamma diversity represents, that is diversity of the entire landscape, will be called as gamma diversity. So C is the right answer. Then the most abundant enzyme on the earth is, that is rubisco, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase. It is considered as a most abundant enzyme and it helps in CO2 fixation. CO2 fixation. That is ribulose, ribulose bisphosphate, bisphosphate carboxylase and oxygenase. Oxygenase. This will help in CO2 fixation. So C is the right answer. Then 40th one, which is the most prevalent neurotransmitter of the human brain? So most prevalent neurotransmitter. Here these are all neurotransmitters. That is, these are the chemicals which are produced in a synaptic portion of the neuron. So it is considered as presynaptic and this is considered as a, this is considered as a postsynaptic and this one will be considered as presynaptic. Here the chemicals will get released from the axon, that is synaptic knobs which are present in the neuron. These chemicals are called as neurotransmitters. They will pass the messages from pre postsynaptic to presynaptic neuron. So here serotonin, glutamate, Y-aminobutyric acid, dopamine, these are all neurotransmitter, but they are asking regarding most prevalent. So most prevalent will be, that is the glutamate. Glutamate B is the right answer. Then next one, Km is defined as, Km means the Michaelis Menten reaction. The Michaelis Menten reaction where substrate concentration at a half maximal velocity. So that is, so this is Km. So A is the right answer. Substrate concentration at a half maximal velocity. So A is the right answer. Then 42. According to biological species concept, horse and donkeys are not considered the same species because, that is, they do not produce a fertile offsprings. So due to this one, the biological species concept, the horse and donkeys are not considered as a same species. If they produce a fertile offsprings, then they will be considered as a biological species. B is the right answer. Then 43. The compound which is not a member of electron transport chain is not not a member, that is here the compound which is not a member of NOD, sorry, NAD, NAD nicotinamide dinucleotide cytochrome C, then ubiquinone. These are all the part of a electron transport chain, that is ETS. Here cornitite, it is not a part of a ETS cycle. So CED is the right answer. Then 44th, which nucleus is used in a determination of magnetic resonance imaging, that is MRI scan. During this MRI, which nucleus is used, that is H1 of water, that is A is the right answer. Then 45th one, when a bacteriophage genome has integrated into the host bacterial DNA, it is called as prophase. Prophase. Then 46th one, pronuclear injection is a technique which involves, that is injection of DNA fragments into the pronuclei of the newly fertilized egg, that is pronuclear injection. Then 47, the exogenous agents which causes abnormalities are called as teratogens. Teratogens. In case of the pregnant mother, if she consumes drugs, alcohol, alcohol, medications like the sleeping pills, these are all considered as a teratogen. These will cause a abnormality in a organism. So 48, tinea solium is a parasite of, tinea solium is a parasite of man. Tinea solium is a parasite of man. Tinea solium, it is a scientific name of, that is tapeworm. Tapeworms. This tapeworm enters a human body through uncooked, by eating uncooked pork. So through this, the egg of the tinea will enter. So this causative, that is that too the hexacanth larva of this egg will enter a human body. Then the life cycle continues in a man. Then 49th, identify the correct statement with reference to homologous recombination. Homologous means same, between same. The nucleotide sequence or exchange between two similar or identical molecules of DNA. So A is the right answer. Then 50th question, which region of the brain mainly involved in learning of spatial memory? Spatial memory, that is done by this hippocampus. So 50, D is the right answer. Thank you.